Hi, I'm Tersse. I live in a social democracy, you might say. I live in the UK. I get social care. Basically, I get free medical care because I'm 52 now. But for something like, I don't know, 18 years of my life, I worked in really hard, difficult jobs before I fell ill. I mean, I worked in construction and demolition. I worked offshore. I worked on the railroad. I mean, I'm talking about moving with 18 other people, not me and 17 other people. We would clamp our fucking irons onto a hundred 100 feet of continuous steel rail, and we would drag that into place and then get the welders in to weld each end onto the railway that was already there, and we would batter in the pins that held it there and stuff, and we would replace rail, that would be like 20 metres of rail with 10 metres of rail pieces with 100 feet or of rail at one piece, one piece at a time, and we worked. I mean, when I was working on the railway, the permanent way, as we called it, I worked 7 days a week. I worked my 5 days, my normal 5 days, and then I worked 2 days at the weekend to catch up on work that hadn't been done over the last decade. And that's basically what I did for 2 years. For 2 years, I would work my holidays, because if I didn't work my holidays, we wouldn't get the work done. So, and I was getting paid like 280 quid a week. 280 quid a week, even with overtime. I was getting paid 280 quid a week to work 7 days a fucking week, And there was probably some fucking fat ass bastard sitting in the office telling us, down there, oh yeah, let's have 30 guys go down there and do that job over Saturday and Sunday. Let's find out how many of them don't want their weekend off, and we'll pay them time and a half. And yeah, okay. And then he went home to his wife at the fucking weekend. You know what I mean? And we were out there, pissing rain. You know what I mean? Snow, whatever. We were out there fucking putting that rail into fucking place that he had fucking scribbled on a bit of paper. Yeah, let's get that done over the September or the October fucking weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah. And yeah, so what, I don't deserve to have healthcare? I mean, I'm sure there's people in America that are doing that, and yes, they're probably getting a bit extra money because they worked a weekend, but do they actually get paid healthcare as well? In my country, I was getting free healthcare for that, because 2% of my fucking taxes went towards my healthcare. That's single payer. I work 7 days a week. I make 280 pounds a week, and they take 7 or 8% off of that, and it goes towards my national insurance. 2% goes towards healthcare. 5% goes towards my national insurance. That's my pension when I hit 65. But I'm also paying like another 20, 25, 28% tax because because I'm so low on the fucking tax tree that I don't get the tax breaks that fucking Mitt Romney's get. Mitt Romney pays 12% fucking tax a year. I'm a fucking hard working motherfucker, and I'm paying 28% tax and another 5 or 6% tax, 7% tax on national insurance and medical care. Okay, so I'm paying like 32% of my money goes on tax, but I get free healthcare, I get fucking 3 fucking fire brigades, I get 3 police, I get lighting, I get people who empty my bins every week, you know. And you think about it, yeah, I pay a lot of tax, but do you know what? I got a lot of services for nothing. Well, I don't get it for nothing, I'm paying for the fucking services. But it seems like you're getting them for nothing because that money's taken off before you even get your wages. So now you've got, instead of 280 quid, you've got like 180 quid. So 100 quid's taken off right away to pay for all that shit. So now I've got fucking 200 quid, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, yeah, fine, you know, I've got 200 quid to fucking, you know, pay my rent, pay my electricity, you know, buy my kids fucking shit for school, buy some clothes myself, buy my wife a wee present now and then, and you know, that, you know, it's like that's the way we live in Britain. A lot of the stuff that you don't want to be sitting there stressing about every fucking day. That's done. It's taken off before you even get your money. It's taken off before you get, and then all you've got is your money for food, electricity, your rent, your car fucking payments, you know, your kids fucking, you know, school uniforms, books, pencils, you know, games, you know, like that. You know, all those little extras, all those little, you know, your barbecue at the back of the weekend. You know, you've got your fucking, you know, 70% of wages every week. That's yours. But 30% is just taken off right away, and just it goes towards your medical insurance, your fucking, you know, your police, your street lighting, your bins getting emptied, you know what I mean, your, you know, streets being cleaned, your fucking, you know, fire brigade. Yeah, that's all paid for. You paid for that shit. And if you run out your house and trip over and break your leg, you're not phoning a fucking hospital and then calling it an insurance company saying, you know what, am I covered for this? You know, no. You just call 999 or 911 in a minute, 911, and they take you to the hospital, and you know, nobody's asking you for a fucking copay. It's what you go in, they fix your fucking leg, and then you go home. You get the ambulance there for free, and then you pay for a taxi home. Bang, you know what I mean? And your leg's fixed, and you don't have to worry about it. So, why couldn't America be like that? Why couldn't you, I mean, if you're a docker and you're working, it's a hazardous area, if something falls on you and breaks your leg, bang, you know, you go to the hospital, they fix you up, you go home, your boss says, yeah, okay, you're paid up, you know what I mean? Don't worry about it, you know what I mean? You've got 3 weeks off, you know, that's 6 weeks off or 8 weeks off. No, we'll pay you your money, you're getting okay, you won't get any overtime because you didn't work, you know, weekends, but you'll get your 6 weeks of 5 days a week pay because, yeah, you get injured at work. You were doing a job, you get injured, you go and you get your leg fixed, you know, you come back, in 6 or 8 weeks time you get your cast off, you come back to work, bang. Nobody worries about it, you know what I mean? Why couldn't America be like that? Because that's the way we are in Britain. You don't lose your job. No, you get 6 or 8 weeks off for your fucking leg to heal. And your job's there when you come back. You were sick. You get 8 weeks off. If you get the 4, you get 3 days off. If you get a broken leg, you get fucking 6 or 8 weeks off, you know what I mean? You get a bang in the head, well, you know, like a bruise, you know. The doctors test you, and yeah, you're bit of concussion, you get 2 weeks off, you come back, bandage on your head, oh, I'm back, I'm fine, you know, 2 weeks off, you're paid the 2 weeks, you don't get any overtime, but you're paid for the 2 weeks, you know, because that's the way it fucking should be. It shouldn't be a case of, well, you didn't turn up, you got fucking injured on the job. That's their fucking responsibility. It wasn't as if you dived under the fucking thing that fell on you. Something fell and cracked your head, bang. You know, you went to the hospital, you got sorted, you came back 2 weeks later, mate. You were paid that 2 weeks sick leave. Sick fucking leave, you know what I mean? You're entitled to it. You've worked there for 15 years and then you've 2 weeks off because something hit you. Yeah, you're fucking entitled after 15 years of working there to have 2 weeks fucking sick leave. You're entitled to, well, in Britain, you're entitled to what, 2 weeks fucking sick leave a year. You're entitled to fucking 4 weeks fucking holiday, paid holiday a year. I don't hear that shit in America. If you work 365 days of the year, don't they turn around and say, do you know what, you've got 4 weeks holiday because you've worked a whole year, what weeks do you want off? Because that's what we get in Britain. In Britain, you know, you work 6 months and they say, you know what, you're entitled to 3 weeks holiday. What weeks do you want? Because we don't want you all taking the same weeks off, other than nobody working. So we're going to stagger it. So, you know, John and Ian can have fucking, you know, the first 2 weeks in, you know, July, and you know, Paul and Patrick, but they can have the last week and the first week in October, right? And that way, there's always enough people to do the job. You know what I mean? There's always enough people there to do the job. But everybody, you know, that's what we do in Britain. You know, everybody gets their holidays. You work 365 days. You're entitled to, like, you know, 30 days holiday, and that's why you get like a week at you know, near Christmas and New Year, and that's staggered. We can't all have fucking Christmas off. I always used to work Christmas and New Year, and then take my holidays in January, and then I used to have another, because I was entitled, you know, to another week around about March. You know what I mean? You know, April, March, or even May. You know, but then I was entitled to 2 weeks in, like, you know, July and August, my summer holidays, and I was entitled to another week before, you know, Christmas. You know, I was entitled to, like, you know, 4 weeks a year. You know what I mean? As long as I didn't take too many other days off, you know, single days, sick days, because if you fall ill, you know, get the flu, or, you know, whatever, you take 3 or 4 days off. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. You signed the shitty, you know, I had the flu, bang, 3 days in the middle of the year, so there's 3 days you don't get, that you're taking them off your 4 weeks holiday, you know. But if you were really ill and you did, it wasn't just a case of, you know, you had you know, an anniversary party where they wouldn't give you the days off, so you just went, I'm sick, and then you filled in a self-certificate, you know, for 3 days. That was your maximum 3 days, you know. But if you were really ill, you went to the doctor and you get a 7-day certificate, and you put it in, you go, you know, there's my doctor's certificate, 7 days, you know, and that doesn't come off of your 4 weeks, you know what I mean, that you get a year, you know. Fucking hell. Some people know the what do you call them, you know, the Muslims and stuff, you know, the Indians and the Indians and the Pakistanis, you know what I mean, they would save all their you know, holidays up, and they would go on holiday. They'd take a whole 4 weeks, a whole month in the middle of the year to go and do Ramadan, go back to, you know, India or Pakistan, or go to, what is that place that the Muslims go to, you know, where they throw stones at the big fucking, you know, temple, you know, the big stone in the middle, you know. They would go and do that, and I didn't know about you. You go and do your thing. You go and do your thing, mate. You've worked 365 days. You're entitled to every fucking 4 weeks off. And if you can arrange it with the boss to have that 4 weeks off all in 1 month, rather than having 2 weeks in the middle of the year and 1 week at Christmas and 1 week at the beginning of the year, that's up to you. You know. I just don't get it with Americans, where you work and you don't get paid holidays. What the fuck is that about? No paid holidays? What the fuck is that about, man? crazy motherfucker.